The mystery of the deadly mass dance epidemic in France in 1518. NationalGeographic.co.id. This historic story begins with some people dancing outside their house in the summer. Arms swinging, bodies swaying and clothes drenched in sweat, they dance all night until the next day. They kept on dancing non-stop to eat or drink, and apparently they didn't notice the intense exhaustion and pain of the bruised leg. They still did it for days. It became an epidemic. They seemed oblivious to what was going on, and continued to dance until they were exhausted, and even died. This incident occurred in the city of Strasbourg, France, in 1518. According to an account written in the 1530s by the Dr. Paracelsus, the dancing plague in Strasbourg began in mid-July 1518, when a woman named Frau Trophia stepped out of her house and danced for several days without stopping. A few days later, several people followed the woman to join the dance without stopping. John Waller wrote to The Guardian in an article entitled, "Keep on Moving. The Bizarre Dance Epidemic of Summer 1518, published July 5, 2018. Many died due to exhaustion causing chaos in Strasbourg. City council members consulted with local doctors. Local medics said the dancing was the result of overheated blood in the brain." A poem in the city archives explains what happened next. In their madness, people kept on dancing until they fell unconscious and many died. However, the doctor's predictions were not entirely correct. They are thought to have had food poisoning contaminated with a species of fungus that grows on wet rye. The fungus produces chemicals associated with LSD and high hallucinations. There are also classical sources that say that the dance emerged as a result of a curse of tradition that the people of Strasbourg believe. The people of Strasbourg are victims of mass psychogenic illness, which used to be called mass hysteria, Waller added. One issue seems to have lodged in the cultural consciousness of the Strasbourg region: that Saint Vitus can punish sinners by making them dance. A painting in Cologne Cathedral, more than 200 miles from Strasbourg, dramatizes the curse. Under the image of Saint Vitus, the three men danced without a look of joy, their faces showing an unconscious delirious expression. This observation can of course be applied to what happened in Strasbourg in 1518. The curse of Saint Vitus is just the kind of supernaturalist belief that can push suggestion into a dissociative state. If the dancing epidemic is truly a case of mass psychogenic illness, we can also see why it can hit so many people. We can see life in Strasbourg in the early 1500s when psychogenic illness spread. A chronicle chronicles many sufferings which lead to a high degree of suggestibility. Social and religious conflicts, terrifying new diseases, crop failures, and soaring grain prices caused widespread misery. One writer described 1517 in heartbreaking writing as a bad year. The following summer, orphanages, hospitals, and shelters filled with desperate people. These are ideal conditions for some of the urban poor to imagine that God is angry with them and that Saint Vitus stalks life and curses them. Fortunately, the dance epidemic of 1518 was the last of its kind in Europe. Most likely, the chances of further outbreaks are decreasing as the strengthening of the straight belief system has underpinned it. That was the story of the mystery of the deadly mass dance epidemic in France. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting videos.